Eric, the guy who rewrote you,
right.
What did he do, more or less?
I think he made it more exclusively Latino movie than it was, and here's what I mean. I had a character in there based shamelessly on me, a screenwriter, and the reason I did that was not just narcissism, a little of that, but also I wanted to have some interaction between the gardener and one of his clients. And I picked a screenwriter because a lot of them work at home. So I had a kind of liberal Jewish lefty screenwriter, which I was more at the time, I'm less that now, but who interacted with the gardener, tried to speak Spanish.
Does he get involved in some way with trying to find the truck or doing something?
He helps. Yeah, he does.
That's not bad, right away. As soon as you said that, I like that.
Yeah, no, he does get involved, but fails. And so he flits in and out of the plot. And so
and that was seen as being too Anglo-oriented or something?
I don't know what it was. But, I mean, they removed it. You'd have to ask Eric or Chris Weitzer how they decided to do that. So and I think that's the largest, that's the most significant change in taking out the dog. And also they added a little more plot with the Santiago, the guy that steals the truck. In my version, you never really learn who steals the truck.
Really? They don't even find him?
No, they find it because the dog finds it. He sniffs it.
Yeah.
But in my version, it's kind of much more of a big city, and you can't find it. I mean, it was more Kafkaesque along the journey. But what stays the same all throughout it, every single draft of this script, mine, Easton's, is this father-son relationship is virtually the same. And it drives the movie. He's flirting with the gangs. He's not. He's coming out, and all that's all the same. And the final uniting between father and son, same. So the emotional heart of the movie never moved. The little plot tweaks, essentially, and characters flitted in there.
You know, when I was in my lost period, before I decided I knew I was going to be a journalist, when I was like 25, I was doing that job out here. The tree guy.
Oh, tree. Oh, yeah, I read that's on your site. Yeah. Yes.
Ropes, spikes, the whole shot.
Right. Well, that, by the way, is an addition of Easton, because he doesn't go up he goes up a tree, but not to the extent that you see in the film, which I think
that's the worst thing in the world, is going up a date palm tree.
I bet. Well, although I have a little bit of property up in Bainbridge Island, Washington, and we had to have one of the big tragedies because we couldn't get our car onto the property. We had to have a giant cedar tree brought down.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, I think it was terrible. But they have guys who do that there. I mean, these things are way bigger than the palms, of course. Right. Who climb the cedars and saw them down, climbing them up. I mean, I videoed the whole thing. I was just thinking, holy. It's amazing.
You got to, and lower the branches and then take it down in chunks.
Exactly. I mean, I'd be scared out of my. I mean, never do.
Then you create a bed made of branches, and then the last part goes down.
Yeah, it was quite one hell of a tree.
Truth be told, is that the character because you're trained like a Pavlovian dog to expect that luck will occur. Or something, because you don't want to just see him be
completely
gain stature and dignity in his son's eyes, which is what I understood during the last beat. That's the thing that matters.
Key.
That's the key.
Yeah.
But you also, being a person with a popcorn in your lap, want to see him get that truck back somehow.
Of course.
It's somewhat frustrating.
Oh yeah, well it's that's part of that old neo-realist.
Because he's the poor woman who lent him the money and everything.
It's very hard for people. I mean, it's hard for me as a writer, but and you realize you're working in a tradition where the audience knows that this is a poor man who gets screwed by the culture, by society, not just because of political reasons, but because of the nature of human life itself. I mean, it's kind of, to say it's cosmic is a big word, but you know what I'm saying. Right. It's life, and so you totally identify with this person. I don't think I think anybody does. I mean, unless they're disturbed.
And I just was, as I said, my point that I was trying to make about the trailer is that it gave you the idea that it was a white guy doing a film about an Hispanic situation, Hispanic characters, and that's what you do not it's realized it is definitely not that.
No.
When you see the film, it's unfortunate that the marketing leads you to suspect it might be that, and that's my
Well,
impression.
I've been looking at it, like there's two trailers, and and indeed the movie appears to be. Now I'm not involved in marketing clearly, but it's interesting what they're trying to do because I've never seen it done before. They're marketing in two ways.
Right.
They're marketing to the art house crowd, which is obvious.
Yeah.
And they're also marketing to the Latino market, which doesn't usually go for artsy movies.
All right.
I mean, they, as you know, but it's being released here on the 24th in New York, LA, Oscar, blah, 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 that kind of thing, which is traditional for this kind of movie. But at the same time, 1 week later, they're going out wide, I think in Houston and Dallas and other places, I don't know which ones, but Hispanic areas. And they're marketing it through La Opinion and Univision and all these places. And it would be fascinating to see how that audience comes. I want to go and see the movie with one of those audiences because that's really interesting. I look, I've been in an art house audience all my life. I know what to expect, and they'll like the movie. But I don't know what to expect from the other audience.